Hi everybody, my name is Claudette Stiven and I'm an internet and social media consultant. I'll just give you a bit of background. I have a degree in computer science and business from Mount Royal College from a few years back, and I also have an advanced certificate in social media from the University of San Francisco, and I've been working in with clients for the last 10 years in websites and social media. I work with dental firms, I work with an orthodontics group, I work with a car wash, I also work with a realtor, I work with a coffee company. So a wide variety of different clients with social media and websites. So Sarah's just asked me to give you some of my tips on staying professional online and building your brand. So I'll just go through a few things. I do have some notes, so I'm going to go through them. My number one thing is to keep your professional and your personal separate. So you have to watch about blurring the two. With whatever you do, make sure that you post professionally and that the engagements are always professional. So one rule of thumb I always use is if you wouldn't share it with your mother or you wouldn't post it on a piece of paper on a bulletin board for people to read, I would not post it on a social media platform. So one thing, some stats on, I just did an HR dental presentation, and one of them, some statistics from LinkedIn and hiring HR companies. One was 26% of employers will look at the candidate's LinkedIn profile. 89% of recruiters say they use LinkedIn to look to fill positions. So LinkedIn is big if you're looking for a new position out of university or college. And 97% of HR groups said they used do some sort of search on social media for their candidate before they'll even go further into interviewing. So what does that mean? That you need to, number two, keep your profiles updated and clean, and also make sure you've got a really good updated headshot. I'm also just doing something about headshots right now. So if you're, most of you are quite young, and I'm sure you're doing quite a bit of updating with pictures on your cell phones and mobile devices, but just in case you have your profile on your Facebook page or Instagram or LinkedIn might be a little older, please update it, especially if you're out there looking for a position. So that's one of the things. The third thing is finding the right platform. You don't have to be necessarily on everything, and I wouldn't be on everything, because my next point is keeping up to date and consistent is hard to do on all the platforms. Some recommendations, definitely if you're graduating, would be LinkedIn. It is an online resume, so make sure you've got that up to date, and if you've done any volunteering, that's in there, and your groups, and you've joined all of those. Facebook is and also a very big platform. If you've been watching and not living in a hole and watching the US election, you'll see how much they did refer to social media, and one of them was Facebook. So Facebook is, a lot of companies are using Facebook out there. Instagram, even Snapchat they're checking too. So make sure that you're, I'm kind of going back and forth on checking your profiles for applying for a position, but you don't have to be on all the platforms. Just make sure you're on the platforms that work for you. Social media, for Facebook, for like restaurants and photography. What was the other one? The realtor. Instagram is great for Facebook and Instagram for a realtor. The dental clinic, we don't use Instagram that much with dental. That many pictures of teeth and stuff on Instagram's not that hot, but we do use Facebook, and we do make sure we have a really good websites for corporations like that. Having your own website is another thing. Yes and no, but you don't have to be on the platforms, but whatever platforms, I'm going to move into number 4, is you need to keep your content consistent and engaging regularly. So if you do choose to use Instagram, and that's your choice, if you do choose to use Facebook, make sure they're up to date and you use them regularly, especially those ones because they're instant. LinkedIn, not so much, but you can cross-pollinate from Instagram and blogs and different things into LinkedIn. So keep yourself up to date. Diversify your content. So one thing I would say is make sure that you have got your pictures, your video, your audio. Again, you guys are all journalism, so you can write, you have content, but it's not always writing. It's definitely Facebook Live. It is the sharing blogs. It's YouTube. It's all the different platforms that you can use. And to do that, you should have a calendar or a strategy with your online presence. So that's it. I really, with most clients, I go through the calendar. What's happening in November in your business? Is it high season, low season, retail? We're coming into a really high season with a girl that I do some work with a high-end boutique. So Black Friday and then Boxing Day and specials and the new year, that kind of stuff. A little slower now as we move into the car wash, but different things. So what's going on in your calendar? And that's how I really work a lot of my social media strategy. One of the other things is monitor your name. So really, if you haven't Googled yourself, if you haven't done name search, that's a couple of really important things you want to watch what's happening. Googling yourself like once a week is a good thing. And then checking up, again, cleaning out your profile. So if you did have some, maybe some not so flattering pictures in high school or college, maybe going out or wherever, hide them from your posts, delete them if you can, and keep it clean. So I'm just trying to think of what else I had on my list, but I think I've given you 5 or 6 topics. Again, if you wouldn't really, again, refrain from doing anything while you've been drinking, while you're out drinking, maybe with your friends that have been drinking. Be very, very careful about what's posted. You know what we're saying, what happens in Vegas, same thing. What happens on social media gets shared out like crazy. So be careful. If somebody's tagged you, go in and ask them to untag you. That kind of stuff. Again, just keep your privacy up. But again, if you are going out to apply for a position and you want people to find you, be careful on your privacy settings and open them up on LinkedIn to help people find you too. So I hope that will help you. I hope those are some of the topics that I talk about. I'm trying to keep it in in your age group, not as the privacy settings that you get with sometimes middle-aged women that want to hide everything. But keep yourself open, keep yourself safe online, and again, do things professionally. Again, if you're not sure, run it by your parents, run it by a wee bit of an older person that may be interviewing you. So have them look at it and give you some advice on what you should and shouldn't be posting. So good luck to all of you, and so I hope you have a great day and have a good fun day.